Hello, beautiful souls. Happy Tuesday. Yes, it is Tuesday. I hope your day is going absolutely amazing. I just felt really inspired to hop on here today. It's so interesting. The more that I relax and allow, the more that I go through the ups and downs, the more energy I have, the more ahas I have. And today I had such a great aha when I was going through my morning routine and really connecting into myself. I had a day yesterday where I just had such a hard time with my emotions. I had a hard time taking action. I really just wanted to lay in bed and do nothing. And so when I'm in those states, I allow myself to really connect because it's not time to take action, it's time to connect. And I took the day to really allow myself to go inward and to really see what was going on in here, what was going on in here, and what am I trying to move through? What am I resisting? And so I share all of this with you because it led me to this really powerful aha this morning. And it made me realize how often I was going into the past. And it made me realize I was going into past experiences, past versions of myself, past mistakes, past things that I just had been holding on to. And then this morning, I had such a freeing experience where I told myself, I don't have to hold on to this anymore. I don't have to hold on to the past. It doesn't even define me. It doesn't make me a bad person. It makes me just someone that's learning and growing. And it inspired me to share this message with you today. So if you're hopping on with me, drop one thing in the comments that you're grateful for. I'm grateful to be alive, to have the energy to share this wisdom with you today. And I hope that this supports you in being able to let go and being able to come into the present moment, to be able to live from your soul and not from the mind, not from the past, but allow yourself to be fully present in the now. So let me ask you, get really, really present with me right now. And I want you just to look me in the eye. Even if this is uncomfortable, what if you could just stop what you're doing and just listen to every word that I'm saying? Feel the energy that I'm giving, feeling the energy of the words. In this moment, stop doing and start being. Get really, really present. There's nothing you have to do, there's nothing you have to tend to. Even if you do, I just ask you to give yourself this moment of presence with me. If you're on this live with me, then there's a reason. Just be present with me. Be present with your breath. Breathe in and out. And just become a witness of your thoughts. Become a witness of your surroundings. Become witness to what you're feeling in your body. Just become an observer. Allow yourself to sit at the seat of consciousness and allow yourself to witness everything around you and everything within you. You might even already feel a shift of peace. And just take a deep breath in and make a sigh. Let go. See how easy that was? Take another breath in and let go. This is how easy it can be to let go. When you become present within yourself, you're not in the past, you're not in the future, you're just here now with me. Practicing presence is the best way for you to not get robbed by the world or your emotions or by the past experiences because this is the only moment that we have. And sometimes, and a lot of times, our brain, its function is to look for what's missing, to look for what's not going right or what's going wrong. Sometimes our brain takes us to the past, and then we're living in the past instead of being here, or we're living in our fears and we're living in our doubts. some of us, we're not even here. Sometimes we drink our pain away. We watch TV to our pain away. We smoke, right? We disconnect. So just even with me right now, just connect with me. Connect with these words. Hear me. Listen. Bring presence. And if you have a hard time with presence, then keep coming back to it. Presence is a practice. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because too easily we're getting robbed of the present moment. And we have to train our minds to come into the now. We have to train our minds to be a servant to our soul. We're giving into our emotions. We're giving into our beliefs that aren't serving us. We're giving into other people's beliefs. We're giving into the world around us and giving up our power. And some of us, we have experiences of the past that blinds us from seeing what's right in front of us. We have had traumas, we've had experiences, we've had mistakes, we've had people hurt us, we've hurt others. We have all these things stacked on top of each other, and we're trying to see above the wall of the past. And the way that you move through that, if there's still energy, if there's still emotion, if there's still things in the past that you keep thinking about over and over and over again, then something's trying to heal within you. So if you have repeated thoughts over and over again, and it triggers an emotion, then that's an emotion that's trying to heal within you. And that's bound energy that's trying to actually process through you. And sometimes things in our reality happen that brings up that energy, but we go to projection. We go to blame. And then we don't really heal that way. When in reality, in the truth is that experience is just trying to help you heal something from the past so that you can get back into the present, so that you can get back into your power. That's why life is always happening for you, not to you. Put that in the comments. Life is happening for me. Life is happening for me. And so if you're having repeated thoughts, like I said, or memories coming back up, then there's an energy loop that is trying to be processed through your system. And you connect with it. You feel it. And you release it. And you let it go. And you move on. Now, some of you are saying, well, easier said than done. Well, there's a healing process to all of this. But when you don't allow, when you learn how to process your emotions, when you learn how to connect to these pains, then you're the one that's in charge. This is why spiritual mastery is truly the mastery of life. Emotional mastery. You master your emotions, you master your life. You know how to move energy and process energy and allow yourself to feel your emotions. You're going to be able to really be able to not only co-create in this world, but you're going to be able to get into such a higher frequency where you start to create so effortlessly. It's almost to a point where you get to manipulate your reality in a beautiful way, which is why we have to grow our powers. We have to grow our superpowers. And the way that we grow our natural God-given powers is to heal, is to process, is to master this. And so if you are feeling like you're staying stuck in the past, then you want to connect with the pain. You want to process the pain. Pain is not bad. But pain is the bridge to your liberation. So that's why healing is so extraordinary. Because once you process that, you're no longer carrying that in your body. Then you're a different energetic being. Then you feel lighter. You feel different. You feel like you changed. It's a beautiful process. And so let me ask you, are you still thinking about the past mistakes, the past burdens, the past versions of you? And is it coloring this present moment? Because you're not that person anymore. And do you allow yourself to effortlessly grow? Do you allow yourself to make mistakes? Do you allow others to make mistakes? Mistakes are lessons learned out of prison. So what can you learn from those mistakes? so that they become wisdom instead of shackles of pain. Because once you learn from them, then it becomes your greatest gift. And so, one thing that I did this morning that was really powerful is I noticed my mind going back to old versions of myself, going back to old stories, and I was like, you know, that's just not me anymore. That's just not me anymore. That's not my story. That's not who I am. That's not what I feel like anymore. But like the mind wanted to go there. And so I claimed within myself, I claimed my sovereignty. I claimed my peace. I claimed my power. And I told my mind, I'm done. This is where I'm at. This is who I am. This is where I'm going. And when you claim that within yourself, when I did this morning, and it was so simple as, I'm not that anymore. I'm this new high vibrational being. I get to decide who I am today. And the more that you remember that you get to decide every single day who you are, then you start to shift into that vibrationally. But if we keep going to the past, if we keep going to the past mistakes, the past stories, the past versions of us, hey Emily, then we're still living in the past and then we're not living our truest authentic self. So you have to train your mind to come back into the present moment, which is why I had you get really present with me in the beginning here. Is say, I'm not that anymore. What are you today? Who are you today? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a loving version of you? Do you want to be a kind part? Do you want to be a kind version, a compassionate version? You want to be your most powerful version, most authentic version? You can claim that within you. Don't let the past rob you from the truth of who you are. I was going back to this last phase of my life, and it was really challenging. It was really dark, and I really would love to not go back there. But it's funny how the mind has been taking me back there. Maybe there was certain lessons I needed to get, but then I also felt that there needed to be like a cutoff between like that is not me anymore. I am a new version of myself today, and it was so powerful and it was so simple. And so every single day we get to decide who we want to be. We get to decide how we react to life. Are you going to react or are you going to respond? Reactions are reenactions from the past, trying to help you heal so that you can learn how to process and respond with your power, with your love. How great would it be to be able to not let other people or situations take you out of your love, but be able to stay in your power? It doesn't mean condone, it doesn't mean you like what they do, but they don't take away your power. Every time someone makes you feel a certain way, you give up your power. So take your power back. Claim your sovereignty. Yes, I said sovereignty. And allow yourself to decide who you want to be today. Allow yourself to decide and create yourself, because you're not your mind, you're not this body, you're not this name. You are a powerful, eternal, limitless soul. Whatever you believe, it is true. So why don't you start to believe in things that are going to support you in being your best self? Start to believe that there is an infinite amount of possibilities available to you, that abundance is available to you, that freedom is available to you. Yes, Emily, sovereignty. But we have to believe. So start to believe. Be live. Kind of just made that up in my mind just there. Be live in yourself. Believe in what you want to believe. And the more that you start to integrate that into your body, because it's not just one thing to have positive thinking, you have to rewire your brain. So every morning what I do, right when I wake up, I don't go and do anything. I'm still in bed and I'm still really sleepy. But I sit up while I'm still in this alpha state. I close my eyes. I take a few deep breaths in. And then I visualize myself in a really beautiful, peaceful place. And I always think back to this moment when I was in Fort Lauderdale, and it was during the sunset, and the sky was pink and blue, and the warmth around me was just so precious. And this was during COVID, so there was no one on the beach, and I was the only one walking on the beach, and it was so divine. And I just remember feeling so much peace. And so I take myself to that moment of so much peace, so much calmness, so much beauty. And I just imagine myself the healthiest, most abundant, most loving, most powerful version of myself. And I visualize myself as that. I see myself as that. And then I tell myself, I am so healthy. I am the most healthiest version of myself. I am the most abundant version of myself. I am abundant. I am powerful. I live in my soul. My mind is a humble servant. And I say these things over and over again to get into my brain. And I imagine and visualize as if these words are going throughout all of my cells, and every one of my cells is waking up to this truth. And as soon as I do that, I feel energy rushing through my body, awakening happening. I visualize my dreams. I visualize the version of myself that I want to be. And I feel that in my body. I feel that version. She's alive. She's here. She's the one that's running through my body. I call upon her. Because yesterday I had a lot of doubt, I had a lot of insecurities. But the beautiful part is I needed all of those because everything happens for us to step into our power. So instead of me resisting these feelings and these emotions, I allowed myself to be with them. I allowed myself to cry. I wrote a huge thing yesterday of what I was feeling. And I was feeling sick and tired yesterday of my own BS. But then I got to really connect into it. I feel really alone. That was one thing that I felt yesterday. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's true. We have to stop giving power to our emotions too, and letting them define us. So the practice that I did yesterday was just witnessing my emotions, which is why I had you on here today to witness your emotions, to witness consciousness right here with me. Because you can witness your emotions, you can witness your thoughts. And the more that you become the witnesser, the observer, then your soul is in control. And this is a practice. It's an art. So I can go from deep depths, feeling like crap, to such highs, to such power. So I believe that the lows bring me to even more of my power, which is why I'm here live with you today. I feel so empowered. I feel so energized. Yesterday, I didn't even shower. Just being honest. Good thing we're virtual on lots of things here. But I have days like that, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I moved through the energy, I moved through the emotions, and got back into my power. And I have even more energy, even more wisdom, even more energy flowing through me. So I share all of this with you because for some reason you're meant to be on this with me. Are you resisting your emotions? Are you surrendering or getting attached to your emotions and drowning in them? Are you attached to the past? Are you resisting what the past is actually trying to teach you? And then we're carrying it into the present moment and blinding us from seeing love, from seeing truth, from seeing our loved ones. We're blinded by our wounds. We're blinded by our past. So don't let it blind you. I love you, Emily. I'm glad you're on here. And allow yourself to come back into the present and claim within yourself now, I let go of the past and I step into the highest version of myself now and claim my sovereignty. Claim this within yourself now. I let go of the past. You're so powerful. Your words are so powerful. When you say something and you have the conviction, you have the decision within you that you're no longer going to let it rob you from this moment. Something powerfully happens within you. Say it. I let go of my past now. I step into the highest version of myself and claim my sovereignty. Say it over and over again until you feel that energy, and I promise you, something will shift within you. The more that you do this, the more that you claim that, magic will start to happen. Hello, gorgeous UB. Yes, 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 yes. I believe in divine connections. Whoever is meant to hear this message, there's a purpose. There's a reason. And so I wanted to share all of this with you because healing is so extraordinary. Healing is so extraordinary. It brings tears to my eyes to think about healing. Yes, Emily. Healing is the only way through this life. And I believe we all and know that all of us have infinite potential. Infinite. Infinite. We have superpowers, which aren't really superpowers because they're natural God given gifts. And healing allows us to access that, to access our hearts. You know, I went back to the last 8 months of my life, not recently, or yeah, recently, but I was in a very dark place. I don't know if you saw my reel that I posted today. I got a little vulnerable and shared a little bit of my story from the last year, and I was really having a hard time. I was really going through some depressive energies, suicidal thoughts. Um, just it was hard. It was hard. I've never experienced hard before like that. I mean, I've been through various traumas. However, there wasn't anything that happened in my life to me. It was all internal. And it was like I was dying and I was breaking, and all of these parts of myself that didn't want to live, that didn't feel worthy, that didn't feel like I should be here on this planet. I questioned my purpose. I questioned my abilities. I questioned God. I was kind of losing my faith there for a little bit. It had me on my knees. It broke me. But it was the most beautiful breaking because I still kept healing. I still kept facing my fears. I kept facing these pains. I got to know the parts that didn't want to live anymore. I got to know the parts that felt helpless and hopeless, that were scared and afraid. And I knew giving up wasn't an option. I didn't have it in me to go that far. But I understood healing. And I understood in the back of my mind that if I'm going through this dark phase, then there is a reason. I didn't even know that I had those parts of myself. But because of that experience, because of those feelings, I've been able to get to the other side. I haven't felt that way in the last month or so. And every day, because I had this really massive healing within me and understanding of life and myself and why I was feeling suicidal and why I was feeling like depressed, I kept processing those energies and I allowed myself to awaken to my power, to who I am, and not live in the past. Because the past can rob us. I've been there. And now I wake up every day excited to live. I understand, Yubi. Yes, I felt that too. I had no reason to be depressed. And they're just energies, right? They're like, I believe depression is like an umbrella of different versions of ourselves, and we can get attached to them if we don't learn to process them. But it's not a forever place. A lot of people that I learned from, a lot of masters that I've heard have gone through depressive states. And that's where like this unraveling and unshedding and this reconditioning process happens. It's like we're waking up to a whole new version of ourselves, and we have to go through this process that's almost like a dying process. And it can be scary, and we grieve, and we feel sad, and we feel like dying. And we have to let ourselves die. We have to let the old die so that we can be reborn. And now that I'm on this other side of it, it's like, wow, I have so much less resistance to feeling. I have so much less resistance to my emotions. I greet my sadness. I greet these parts of me with love instead of resisting them or drowning in them. I embrace them. And now my process has gone by so much more quicker to be able to heal. And it's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. And so I share all of this with you. I'm kind of going and sharing on different things today, but I felt just so inspired to hop on here and share what's on my heart, to share what I've been going through, to share how we can let go of the past and we can claim our sovereignty, we can claim our power, we can create ourselves however we want. We can create a new story, we can create a new identity, we can create a new life. We just have to decide. And that decision moves mountains. You are powerful beyond measure. And I'm here to awaken that within you. So please take time to see what you need to let go of, what attachments you have to let go of, what parts of you do you need to love. Maybe you need to love your sadness. Maybe you need to love your guilt. Maybe you need to love the resentment and let that go. Because some of us are holding on to resentment and it is keeping us from relationships. It is keeping us from attracting new relationships or abundance. And it's building this wall, and that starts to deteriorate our body. It starts to deteriorate our immune system. So the more that you heal, the more that you let go, the more that you process, the more that you start to blossom and allow your soul to radiate so powerfully in this life. And then you start to effortlessly attract things into your life. It is so profound. It's so beautiful. It's soul magical. Put soul magic in the comments. Let's create some soul magic. All right. Thank you all for hopping on with me today. I know I went on so many different elements today and shared my heart and shared some lessons. I hope that you got some value from this and you take something away where you start to remember who you are. Yes, Yubi. Yes. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for hopping on with me today. You're magnificent. You're beautiful. You're powerful. You're limitless. Call in the highest version of yourself. Feel that in your body. You're destined for greatness. You live from that place as you let go of the past and you step into your sovereignty. Much love. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.